Hello. Right, got a issue with the anole tank. One of the plants has actually not made it, which I wasn't sure whether it would or not, but unfortunately it has gone. So we're going to update that today. I'm going to change it and make sure everything else is fine inside. But the first thing we've got to do is the most awkward part of this, and that's catching the two that are actually remaining. If you did watch me put the anoles in here initially, there was three. The smaller one of them actually unfortunately did pass away. So at the moment I haven't got much light on here. Let me find my torch. Probably not going to help that much, but yeah, it'll be a little bit of a help. Right, there's one, and the other one's there. So disappeared. There he is. Okay, there's one caught. A little bit easier than expected. And I think this one's actually female. Going by the pictures I looked up earlier, this one appears to be female. I'll double check that in a little bit. Oh, where's the other one gone? There. Caught. But now I've got to get the lid on. This first one's now gone green. And now to catch this second one. So we've got the second one now. They do change colour. One's brown at the moment and the other one is green. But already I can see this one changing to a green. Let's have a look to see what this one is. I think this one might be female as well. Yeah, both going by what I spoke to a guy in a pet shop that I went to earlier, and going by what he said, these heads, because you can six them by the size of the head, these heads do look fairly small. So I think they're females. Okay. Yeah. And I initially thought they were both males, but sexing reptiles is not the easiest thing. I believe they're both females now. Right, let's get on to what we're actually here for. Just get the water. Right. I did put some isopods in here as well, but oh no, there is quite a few springtails still. Which is good. Can't see any of the isopods though. But we'll put some more in. You guys have probably eaten these isopods, but
oh, I think I just saw one.
What, an isopod?
Yeah.
Where
just scarped that one. At the back. There, see?
No.
Right at the back of the wood.
I think that was a springtail.
No. Too big.
Wow, there's loads in there still. Oh well, I'll put a few more in here. Can't help. Can't hurt. I know these Bromelia leaves are just dry. Right. Couple of uneaten crickets still. Right. Oh, there's some isopods. Isopods are in here. They're all in there, eating the dead plant. And I've just taken some out. Right, what I'll do is these dead leaves will be eaten by these isopods, so I'm going to leave that in there at the bottom here. Right, I'm going to put Right. Okay, so I've got a couple of ferns I'm going to put in here. These have been sitting outside of the tank in the animal room while I've been waiting to see if they would carry on living. I think this one is going to add a tiny bit of colour and hopefully be okay in this back corner. So let me dig a bit of a hole out. Oh, we have an uneaten mealworm. That can stay in there. Right. Right.
Some bit of colour.
Bit of water in on that one. If there's too much water on here, it'll drain to the bottom and then come back up through as and when needed. So what I might do is in this back corner, I'm going to put some more isopods in. I've bought a pot of springtails, but I'm not going to put those in yet because I have seen quite a few in here. So I'm going to put these isopods in. Dump the whole pot. See, it's fairly small. So that's in there. And what I'm also tempted to do as well is go and get a bit more earth and put actually no, what I'm going to do no, I'm not going to put another one in. I'm going to keep these two for another setup which I have planned once I'm able to source the geckos that I'm looking for. And they will be going into same size exoterra that I've got here, which is a 12 by 12 by 18. So it's a 1 foot by 1 foot or 1.5 foot high. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water in here. So as you saw, that second anole that I pulled out was brown, but they are now both green, which I think is pretty cool. So when they're on the ground, they're hiding, which is why I found the second one was quite hard to see. And then while they're on the plants, they change to green. And when I see them sleeping, they are mostly on the green side. Now putting this extra plant in, I can now keep it slightly differently to what it was. Just to have a bit more of the plant around the back and a bit more over the front. Yes, it does look like I've hidden that plant we've just put in, but providing I keep that watered, that will or should hopefully grow up quite a bit more. Just gonna trim some of these leaves off this bromeliad. Oh, these were scissors. I've got some scissors, but okay. So I'll leave them there just for the isopods and the springtails to get some food. I'm not going to put every last bit in there because it will take them forever to eat it and they'll never catch up with what is there. So now that's done, I'm going to put the lid back on. And then put them, I won't put them in just yet. What I'll do, because they are due for a feed today, I'll get a couple of crickets and throw them crickets in, and maybe we can see them getting some on camera. So bear with me while I sort that out. Okay, so what I've got about eight crickets give or take in here. I know they're not going to eat them all, but there's a couple of loose in there from previous feedings. So I just use these little sling pots for spiders, just to catch the crickets. Once I've caught them, I sprinkle a little bit of calcium dust in there. And then I throw these in. So let's close one of the doors. And then release the first one. Nice, jumped in there. And then do the same with the second one. Oh no. Right. I can't get a grip on the plastic. There we go. So that one's now jumped in there as well. Okay, so let's put these crickets in where I normally put them, which is just on that wood lid just here. Okay, so let me turn the camera around and see if we can catch some. 1 minute. Okay, so we've got one of the anoles just there. I don't know where the second one's gone, but let's see if we can catch her getting a cricket, which I'm not holding much hope for because it's right in front of her and she's not catching it. Anything? No. Right, where's the other one? Where's the other one gone? Oh, they're both up the top now. There's me looking down the bottom and they're both up the top here. Yeah. Okay, so don't actually think we're going to see them eat, unfortunately. And there's one going close to them. Will they get it? No. Oh, where's this one moving to? Actually see one move over here somewhere. Yeah, there's one moving. Okay. Just keep an eye on this one for a moment, see if she'll catch it. Well, I think it is because there's no light on it to say that it's daytime. There might not be catching. No, unfortunately. Okay, there'll be another time where we can catch some fish. So I'm going to leave that there now. So please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll have another catch up. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be filming next. Actually, scrap that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We'll be building an incubator. Okay, and with that, I'm hoping that the hognose will be laying eggs. But I did actually check her the other day, because she has shed, but it doesn't appear that she is carrying eggs. But I'll build an incubator anyway, so that will be my next one. So, like I say, please like, subscribe, put those notifications on, and then you'll be able to get notified when I upload that video and any future videos. Okay, cheers for now. Just one more quick look on these guys. Let's zoom in. Where are we? There we go. Right. It does actually look like it. It's because of the light's not on. They're not catching. So we'll leave that. Get the light back on them, and they'll do some eating. So right. Cheers for now, and see you again soon. Bye.